Hello my peeps! Welcome to Kakibot's Guidebook. My name is Kat, aka Kakibot, and today's video is going to be about a topic that a lot of you guys have requested, which is vegan eats in Edinburgh. Now, I have made one of these videos before. I think that was 5, if not 6 years ago, so ages ago, and unfortunately with how the food scene here is, most of the places in that video are now closed, and I thought that it would be only fair to do like a new deep dive and share my findings with you. Now, as I was doing my research, so it is now January, it's Veganuary, I think it makes a lot of sense to publish this video now. However, a lot of places, a lot of independent food places here in Edinburgh do tend to kind of go on an extended vacation either January or February, which means that a lot of the places that I really wanted to have featured in this video were closed as I was shooting it over the past 2 or 3 weeks. So I thought I would make this a two-parter. But don't worry, in this video we're going to be doing brunchy things, lunchy things, snacky things. We will even take you to places which, in my opinion, are like good enough for a nice date night. And I think that because we are currently in the meadows, as you can probably tell, we will start by 2 places that are really close from here, both about 5 minutes walk from the meadows. Let's eat! First, let's try a Bransfield neighborhood favorite, Seeds for the Soul. This is a brunchy, lunchy, dinnery cafe. The opening hours are more than generous, so this place really has you covered for any meal of the day. I had a pancake breakfast with veggie saucies and tofu scramble, plus a drizzle of maple syrup. I just love me a bit of savory sweet combo. And my sweet bud Magda opted for the veggie haggis, because we both thought it would be nice to show you some actual Scottish vegan cuisine. My friend also recommended trying one of their desserts. We went for the chocolate orange tart. So if you don't feel like a full meal, there are smaller, albeit probably more decadent treats to be had here. Also, super close to the meadows, the Sen Vegan Vietnamese restaurant. I was intrigued by the stellar reviews and they did not let me down. This was an eatery full of unexpected flavors and textures. I can genuinely say I've never eaten meals like this in my life, and I consider myself pretty well versed in the art of eating. For starter, we had the halong fried cakes. They have the mouthfeel and savoriness of white fish, but completely vegan. Loved those. Then I went for the tofu with green bananas cooked in a clay pot, apparently kind of like a Vietnamese farmer's dish. This meal comes with not only tofu but also 2 other types of protein, and the strangest but most exciting texture of the green bananas cooked in their peels. Springy on the outside, creamy on the inside. And Simon's dish was tofu and mushrooms in spicy sauce on a sizzle plate, which packed a good punch. Now, on the very other side of the meadows, you will find a place called Considerate, plant-based chocolate and donut makers. Following the barista's recommendation, I had the hazelnut chocolate donut. It looked like it would be super heavy and over the top, but the flavor was actually quite light. They also make their own vegan-friendly chocolates. I think this might be a good place to pop in if you're looking for a nice edible souvenir for a vegan friend. Now, a little intermission. We're going to talk about what you can buy in local supermarkets especially if you are visiting from abroad. Because, first of all, in every Scottish supermarket you can get veggie haggis, and it usually says like veggie or vegetarian, but they are all vegan. Like, obviously double check, but they are all, in my experience, all vegan. These days you can also get vegan versions of other breakfast staples, for example black pudding. Overall, the supermarket offering of vegan foods right now is really good. So if you maybe just like rent out an Airbnb, or you are staying in a studio apartment that does have a kitchen, you will not go hungry even if you don't want to go eat outside. My personal favorites, which I do want to recommend, are both vegan sausages. I don't know, I just love a vegan sausage. My kind of a solid everyday favorite is this Cumberland sausage, which is based on a traditional British recipe. So if you've never had a regular Cumberland sausage, just to kind of paint you a picture, it's kind of like a nice herby style of sausage, relatively light but also really flavorful. So if you have that with like little mash or some sort of like crushed swede or carrots, it's super enjoyable. I love having them, and Simon also really enjoys them. If you want to level up your gastronomic experience, one other sausage that I found in Waitrose, stop by and see if they have the vegan chorizo sausages in stock, because those are so good. Okay, now that the sausage talk is over, let me take you to a real hidden gem, Pulse. This spot is hiding under St. John Church, on the west end of Princess Street, overlooking the kirkyard. This is a place that is the best described by saying, this is where you get vegan meals you wish you knew how to make. There is something so cozy and comforting about the space, and it helps that one of the owners is always very keen to explain everything to you, even showing you pictures of the dishes. And I am now kind of gonna do the same. So this is the savory tray bake, chock full of veggies, which comes with 1 or 2 of the daily salads. They usually have 3 to pick from, and also this fresh house-made beetroot mayo. Next we have the Korean tofu and gochujang toast, a fantastically warming lunch, really filling, and the sourdough bread super tasty. You can also grab a little coffee and a treat here. I'd recommend adding a little juicy medjool date or one of these intense bites made of nuts, dates, and wintry spices. We later also tried their banana bread and this upside down quince cake, and they both lived up to the high standards set by the main meals. A little note, Pulse is currently closed for their winter holiday break until the end of February, but after this they will be back, so please do not sleep on this spot, it's so good. Our last stop will be at Seoul, a vegan Malaysian restaurant that has taken the city by a storm. I very much recommend making a reservation, as this place is always full, and deservedly so. The flavors here are top-notch, and the atmosphere lends itself to date nights and special occasion meals too. We started with this satay tofu, the perfect snack for any fellow peanut butter lover out there. I then moved on to even more tofu, this time the Seoul Special. Mind you, this is not just a fried chunk of tofu, this is like a mixture of tofu and savory spices and veggies served in crispy coating. Never had anything like this before. And Magda, who joined me for this lunch once again, had the laksa. Seems like a big favorite at Seoul. And I can see why. A generous portion with fried tofu and chashu-style vegan protein and a creamy yet spicy soup base. She let me try some, and I gotta say, if you're into soup noodles, you will love this. There you have it, 5 amazing vegan restaurants to eat here in Edinburgh. I have to say, this has been so much fun. I have been to some of these before, but actually I haven't. I started a sentence and I realized that all of these were new for me. So yeah, again, so much fun exploring new places. And I have to say, one thing that I realized is that, like, when someone opens a purely vegan restaurant, especially like in this economy, it means that they truly care. And this is something that I kept feeling from like these dining out experiences in every single one of these places, that the people who run it and who own it and who work there truly care. And that made me feel really welcome and really cozy. And I think that if you are paying attention to the videos I make, you probably noticed that one of these places I found the coziest and the friendliest, and that was Pulse, because I did have to go there twice actually. I really enjoyed it. This was an amazing video to make for me. I also got to hang out with my friend Magda, so again, if you want to see her photos, support her photography, go check her out on Instagram. And you can also check me out on Instagram under KakiBot and Kaki Blog. And also I now have a Patreon, so if you enjoy these little guides to Edinburgh and beyond, don't forget to visit me on Patreon. There are monthly bonus videos available there, so if you join now, you will have at least 3 already available for you for that first joining fee as a clipper peep. And yeah, that's a nice almost freebie. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to create the follow-up to this video, the Vegan Eats Part 2, as soon as possible. I think I'm gonna wait for all the places who I really wanted to feature to reopen after their winter break. Then I'm gonna start working on it. And I imagine towards maybe the end of February, start of March, we're gonna come out with that second one. So hopefully you're gonna love this one. And if you're waiting for the second one and you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and maybe even the little bell. That way you will definitely not miss it. Okay, that is truly it from me, and to all of my vegan peeps, bye. And also to all non-vegan peeps. Oh.